Hi, it's Mike back once again with tip number 75 from our top 100 tips, tools, and life lessons from the Insight One Awakening Heart Seminar. In our last tip, we looked at the power of taking action and then pausing and listening for feedback. This next tip is going to build on that. And this next tip effectively says that the universe rewards action. The universe rewards action, and that in many cases, our thinking or our thoughts actually get in the way of us manifesting more of what we want in our life. That we have this tendency to think about things and think we can figure things out. And that when we allow our minds to kind of take over, oftentimes we come up with limiting stories. We begin to access things from our past. They actually get in our way of being more effective. Our comfort zones begin to come forward. And we'll oftentimes get into a less resourceful space. So this focus is really noticing that the universe rewards action. And I would invite you, particularly on this one, to notice what's something in your life that you want more of. And to what degree, what percent of your time have you been thinking about how you're going to get it? Kind of ruminating about maybe some of what it may or may not look like to get it. Noticing maybe some of the fear. We're going to explore a little bit more about fear a little bit later on. And what are some of the stories in your head that are going around trying to figure out how you're going to get it, or planning how you're going to get it, or maybe being concerned about how you're not going to get it, as opposed to simply identifying what's the next step, taking that step, listening to the feedback, and then taking the next step. There's a great story about a car driving across the country at night. And that car can only see as far as its beams are showing it. So only about 30 or 40 yards in front of it, it can only see. And yet that car drives as far as it can go. And then when it gets there, beam shows it another 30, 40 yards. Then we go there. Then it shows us another 30 or 40 yards. And so if we continue on that journey, eventually we get all the way across the country. And so are you willing to identify something that really matters for you, one of your goals, one of your intentions, and take that first step? You don't have to know all the ways to get there. Take the first step. We're going to talk a little bit later about the power of intentions. Take the first step and then get some feedback in terms of whether it feels on course or off course, but stay in action. Remember, the universe rewards action. Thought is not required. Thanks for listening. Check out what's happening at Insight Boston at insightboston.org, what's happening globally at insightseminars.org, and check out what's happening in your local Insight community. Have a great day.